Hello all, GC Gamer here, and this is another episode of Football Manager 2016 Up to Pompey. So, in the last episode we had pre-season of season number 6, yes, season number 6 in the Sky Bet Championship. Unfortunately, since pre-season and compared to last season, things have not been going so well. So let's just get to the start of it, which is our position in the Sky Bet Championship. Now you can see our position in the Sky Bet Championship is nothing to be admired. We are 21st in the league with only 13 points from 15 games and a minus 12 goal difference. Things have not been going our way at all, and part of that is definitely my fault. In our transfer history, as you can see here, you will be able to notice that we got rid of Matt Ingram, who had been solid, if not spectacular. He had a bid for 475k, so I got rid of him, and a week later got in Costel Pantamillion. I did think that with his experience he would be a better keeper. He's rated as a better keeper, but he's played 10 games and conceded 19 goals with 0 clean sheets and only a 6.61 average rating. Now, of course, not everything can be blamed on the goalkeeper, but that is the poorest average rating I've had for a goalkeeper for a long time. 6.6 is not good enough. When you look at Matt Ingram, he wasn't great either, 6.6 and 6.82 respectively, but 6.82 over the season is a lot better than currently Costel Pentamillion's 6.6. The other transfers in were David Mariani on loan, so we've got quite a few loanees just to kind of bolster the squad, so he's a sub keeper. Ashley Westwood came in on a free, just so we had a few more English players to the core of our team. Yavian Rakon came in on a free as well, one for the future. Luke Chambers, another English player with a bit more experience, we thought might be able to help as cover for centre back and right back. Mohamedou Tankura came in as cover for striker, as we only really had Delator and Thierry Ambrose. Tom Cleverley came in with Premier League experience, hasn't had too many games yet, but will probably feature a little bit more in the future. And George's Kevin Nkodu. Now he came in with a pretty big reputation. He's only played a couple of games so far and scored a goal, and he's only recently come in. The reason he's come in is because I really need to change something with the results and performances so far. So if we have a look at those results and the performances, you can see that we started off the season decently well. At the beginning of the season, we had a loss to begin the season, but then a couple of wins in a row, followed by a draw, a couple of wins and a couple of draws. So for a while we had gone 7 games, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 games in a row without losing. So things weren't looking bad. However, we had a little losing streak of 1-0s, and then things started to get progressively worse. So I'm really saying that the only bright spark has been Thierry Ambrose. He's played 14 games and scored 5 goals with an average rating of 6.92. And that's pretty good for a striker, especially when there's not been too many goals in the season at all. So I definitely need to change things up. Things can only get better from here, as they say. I'm definitely going to be looking to make some changes between now and January to hopefully push up the league. The last thing I want is to finish the series early and get sacked, which is something which could be in my future, considering that I am only stable. And of course, we have had talks with the board previous seasons when I haven't been doing so well. So I'm a little bit worried about that. But there's nothing too much to worry about right now. If we look at my conversation history, I've been trying to talk to Costel Pantamillion to basically tell him he needs to get better. Also, I've talked to Ciro Ferreira, who wanted the sub goalie that I learned from them to get more game time, but he's not going to. And I told Brahim Konate to sack his agent, and he agreed. And the reason I did that is because I wanted Brahim Konate to sign a new contract with us, and at the moment he wasn't signing a new contract. However, as soon as he sacked his agent, he signed a nice new contract with us, and he's been another one of those bright sparks this season with 12 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, and a 6.91 average rating. If we look at the squad in general, we haven't got a bad squad if we look at the coaches' reports quickly. Where's that gone? Reports. Sorry. So if you look at the coaches' reports, we've got decent ability and we've got a lot of players with potential to improve as well. So that's always nice to see. But if we look at the way they've been playing, it just hasn't been good enough, with the best average rating in the squad being Adama Traore. He's been another one of the bright sparks, and he really will be probably the best player and the best signing of the season. 14 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 player of the matches with a 7.34 average rating. He's really been showing his Barcelona pedigree, which is where he grew up, and I believe he could be a great signing for the club. Tom Cleverley came in recently and has played really well, and Jordan Rossiter, as always, has been playing very, very well indeed. A big surprise, as you'll see under Jordan Rossiter, is Luke Chambers, who also has been playing very, very well. He's only played 2 games, but he's got a 7.15 average rating, and even though he hasn't got the best stats, he's been rather solid in defence. So, the only way is up for Pompey. I hope that we can keep on getting further up the league. We've got a decent overall balance after, like I mentioned, our transfer history. The only thing you might have noticed a couple of times is, again, transfer history, 12 million, only spent 1.8, 11 million profit. But one thing you may notice is we're also getting rid of Zakaria Labyad for 1.3 million to Middlesbrough. Firstly, they're a bigger team, so he wanted to leave. Secondly, as you can see, he hasn't played that well this season with a 6.5 average rating. And if we look at his ability, his only as good as Jose Luis Ruiz, who's come in on loan, and Georgia's Kevin Nkodu, who we got for free. So really, we don't need him that much. He hasn't been playing that well. He can't really play on the right wing. He can play on the left, but we've got people just as good as him. So we're going to have to let him go. We bought him for 275, so 1.3 million is a huge, huge upgrade. We're going to get $1 million in profit, and that should help get a couple of players in January. So that's it for this episode of Up the Pompey. At the moment, the Pompey aren't going up, so we're going to have to change things around. It looks like this season could be a hard one. Perhaps a few too many changes, and again, that's completely my fault. I'll take that on board, and hopefully next season won't have to make quite as many changes. So, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will bring you more Football Manager 2016 Up the Pompey action. Quickly before I leave, one disappointment so far has been Ryan Mason. He's only managed 2 sub-appearances with a 6.75 average rating, and part of the reason is because he has been injured. He's got a torn hamstring, and before that he had strained knee ligaments, so he hasn't had the best time here at Pompey. Been injured more than he's been fit, so it's been a bit of a disappointing signing, especially when he's on 14k a week, which is one of my highest wages. Anyway, that's it. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching.